What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dogecoin today, DOGE. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, okay? It is the 22nd day of December. We got about 9 hours left in this day, sitting here at 13.4 cents. Looking like we want to move higher, right? Typically, let's just kind of go over this. Let's see. It's, like if you're back testing prior support for resistance, you typically reject, right? That's typically what happens. Like here, there's prior support. You back tested it for resistance. You found it. It was immediate. Whenever you came up here and you started crowding it, that's when you broke through, right? You found support at prior support. You didn't crowd down here. You bounced immediately, right? In all fairness, we kind of grinded down here. We did crowd it, but we didn't go lower. We did break out higher, to be fair. It's not perfect, but all I'm trying to say here is we are kind of grinding out this area where if we were to go lower, I would imagine that we'd find resistance here and move down. But it's been a few days now. We're still here and we're actually pushing higher. I think we might have a quote-unquote a fake out low here and we're ready to go higher. What do I mean by fake out? Well, I mean here we consolidated for about a month. You broke through, but your breakout didn't really do much. I mean, you broke out for like 2 or 3 days and now you're back up here. If you come back up, that breakout isn't a breakout, it's a fake out, and that likely signals that this is a low. I want to look at the short-term stuff. I want to zoom back out to the long-term stuff, but I think there's going to be some exciting things here by the end of this video for Dogecoin coming up in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. Let's get into the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom out from there. Hold on real quick, you guys. There we go. 1 hour time frame here. Getting a little bit of volume. Volume kind of is dying off, but it's weird because it's dying off and it's building. It's dying off here, but it's building here. And you've really only started to move up like here, so I don't know. I don't mind the volume, I guess. It's above average, so that's fine. RSI looks good. Stochastics look good. The MACD looks really good. Definitely signals to me that we're going to be moving higher. This little shift right here, you're moving sideways. You had this fake out to the downside, and now you're up. Definitely makes me more confident that you have higher prices to go. If the lie was to the downside, that means that the real price is to the upside, right? 4 hour time frame. Looking at this, the RSI was bearish for quite some time, but now you're bouncing off the 50, where before you were rejecting it. Now you're finding support on it. That's a really good sign. Getting up to the overbought zone, that's awesome. Stochastics getting overbought, and the MACD crossing above the zero, building bullish momentum. This looks really good here, you guys. Daily time frame as well. Now the RSI does look very bearish, but with the 4 hour implications that we have, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we got above this 50 level. We've been living below the 50 for so long, we forget what sunlight is like, but here you had a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. You've moved from a downtrend into a sideways trend, and typically whenever you shift from a downward sloping trend to a sideways trend, you shift into an upward sloping trend. And I think that's what's coming next. Now, think about what I just said there. Downward sloping trend, sideways trend, and then we shift into an upwards trend. If we shift into an upwards trend, that doesn't mean that we just go to the overbought zone tomorrow. That means we work our way up there. If we're working our way up there, that means that while things will be exciting, while we'll be in an upward sloping trend and things will start to be more productive than they have been over the past couple of months, we will likely not see the explosive price action come into play until later in January, if not even early February. Hold on real quick. So I think that we could continue to move up in this channel more or less, and I'm drawing a hypothetical channel here. Who's to say what it looks like? But typically you go from a downward sloping channel to a sideways sloping channel and then an upward sloping channel. In this kind of dynamic, that's exactly what I would expect. I would think that we're not in the overbought zone until late January, if not sometime in February. That's the expectation. If we're looking at this here, 13.4 cents, that could mean that we are more or less slowly moving up. Whoops, come on. Oh, it's just not drawing, it's glitching out. Let's see. I'll draw here. You see I just drew a bunch of lines. It doesn't look like it here. I'm going to draw hello. I'll just draw high, because high is a lot quicker. It won't let me draw. Maybe I'll use a different one because I don't have time for this. I don't have time to play these games with you, TradingView. Dogecoin here. The expectation might be something like you know, between now and going into January, we work our way up to this level. And then once we are actually overbought, once that RSI, the stochastics, everything is in that overbought zone, that might be when we really start to break out. So it could be like late January, could be February that we really start to break out. But I think they'll be working our way back to 20 cents between now and then. I don't think we'll see any kind of crazy upside until late January or February. But I do think we'll be working our way up, much like we were working our way down over the next month and a half, if not at least a month or so. And then once we get overbought, that's whenever the magic starts to happen. That's when the real stuff starts to happen. Like here, you trended higher, and you were moving up. Your low was here. You were slowly moving up this whole time, but the magic happened here when you got overbought. That's when the magic happened. That's when you went from 19 cents all the way up to 28 cents in a 4-day period, right? So definitely exciting times ahead, but for now I think we're working ourselves out. We're trying to validate this as a low, and with that we're going to have to form higher highs, higher lows throughout all of this. And once we've got our formation set up, once we've consolidated, we're right at this area where we're looking to break, likely end of January, sometime in February, that'll be when that is. So that's my expectations. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. Look for the price to continue to incrementally get closer and closer to this 20 cent level until probably the end of January. Hit the like button. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.